This band is totally fascinating for a couple of reasons. The vocal technique, of course, but also this song and a lot of their music is in collaboration with the Xavante people, who are an indigenous group in Brazil. So I am excited about what we are going to hear. That's interesting. Ooh. So we've got a couple of interesting things going on here. First of all, let's talk about that drum beat. I'm assuming that comes from the Xavante people. There's a little mini documentary here on YouTube, but Sepultura went to go and meet these people so that they could find out more about the music, and they used that to inspire this entire album. And the Xavante people are only about 30,000 people, and they disappeared from the known world beyond them in the 18th century after being enslaved. It's a classic story. And it wasn't until the 19th century, until 1930, that they were like, hey, okay, we're here. And they're not massively keen on contacting people outside of their own people, quite understandably, but they were super keen about sharing music. I love that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was how he is singing roots. It's really interesting because I think, and I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to talk about this in a moment, that he is both voicing it roots, using his vocal cords, roots, and using his false vocal folds, roots. And at some point it transfers into just pure false folds, I think. Let's have a listen and I'll point out what I'm talking about. So you can hear like roots, roots, that tone coming through, but at the end it's like his vocal cords come open and you're just left with false chord. And then that ah sound at the end. He's changing the pitch by shaping his vocal tracts, by making it a wider, more ah shape, and changing the vowel. And actually, you should go and check this out. On Charismatic Voices channel, she's actually doing a Kickstarter at the moment where she is taking some amazing metal artists and looking at how they're creating these different sounds. So they'll be doing stuff like scoping them and sticking little needles in their neck so that they can find out what actually is making these noises. And I am certainly personally really looking forward to hearing about the results of that and seeing how these different artists are making these amazing, amazing sounds. Anyway, that's my suspicion for this guy, but you know, if he was in that scenario, maybe we would find out a little bit more. There might be something different going on that we don't know about. Interesting thing about Distortion, it doesn't have a pitch. If I'm like singing that note, somewhere around here, and we can hear kind of lower and kind of higher. You can hear that it is higher, but we don't really have a note in there. Whereas if you listen back to this, there is a little bit of something. So I think he's combining. And then fry as well. Whatever we discover, there are a few ways that this sound can be distorted. It comes up through that tube from your lungs, through the vocal cords. So they can be closed or open. Closed, you get a note, and if they're open, breath comes through. Now above that, you've got lots of different bits of tissue that can shiggle around. You've got your epiglottis, which is a little flap that stops you choking on your food. You've got the aerated epiglottic folds, which are just on the side of those. You've got your false vocal folds. You can use them to stop your breath. If you just hold your breath for a moment, you'll feel your vocal cords and your false vocal folds close. Any of these can jiggle around. They might be able to twist. It might be how you move your tongue that changes that sound. But there are lots of different structures and different ways, and they're quite complex, that can create this distorted sound, whether it's just through that straight airflow coming out your mouth, or with your vocal cords kind of getting in the way, doing the usual thing that you do when they're singing, vibrating, and then that already vibrating airflow gets distorted and shifted because of these different structures. And it's so fascinating to see what we're going to learn. I love the drums in this so much. I love that! So there are some really fantastic harsh vocal teachers, and I think there are 4 things that make up a really solid knowledge base about voice, and some of these are lacking at the moment, and some of these you can work on by yourself. So the first one, of course, is the science, the knowledge, the understanding of how everything works, and when you understand that, it can really help build up a picture that helps you create those sounds. The second thing is interoception, how everything feels in your body. That is a fantastic way of learning, and it helps you understand when you need to adapt things. When you have good interoception, you know when something is not good for your body and when it is good for your body and when it feels great to sing. The third thing is your ear, understanding the sounds that you're hearing, maybe recording and listening back and being able to adapt through your ear. And the fourth thing is, of course, your mindset, being able to relax and enjoy and express emotions through song. And those 4 things, when they're in place, magic happens and they all support each other. I love that guitar. Leaving quite a lot of space with this high guitar, that low bass, the heavy drums, and then his voice slots in the middle. In many styles of music, you'll have this interplay with the guitar and the voice, where the guitar will kind of go above the voice and then the voice will go above the guitar, or maybe even the voice is always above the guitar and the guitar is supporting underneath. Voice, because you've got the harsh vocals, it's just slotting in underneath, and that harshness makes it pop through rather than needing a high note to cut through. Now this band was formed by 2 brothers in 1984, and in fact they're not in the band anymore, but they are here. And the name of the band means grave in Portuguese, and they chose it after listening to Motorhead singing Dancing on Your Grave. Ooh, I like that breakdown. Really like the production on this, and the production is by Ross Robinson. He is known, according to his Wikipedia, as the guy who discovered Korn and Slipknot, so he knows what he's doing. Oh, I love how it's in one ear. Oh, it's panned. You gotta get some headphones on. That hand. That's wicked. That ending was so heavy. I loved that. Before you go, I have released my very own album. It's a story of darkness into light. If you're into this, you'll probably prefer the dark side. Most of that is available here on YouTube and on Spotify, and the whole album is available on my website bethroars.com. Getting a CD really does allow me to do things like this, make music, review music, all things music. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.